Did you know that some people wake up unable to move, often accompanied by the feeling of being watched or seeing disturbing figures? Welcome to the world of sleep paralysis. It's a peculiar phenomenon that has left many sleep enthusiasts puzzled. Imagine, you're caught between the realms of sleep and wakefulness, aware of your surroundings, yet unable to move or speak. Uncanny, isn't it? Sleep paralysis is not just a figment of the imagination, but a scientifically recognized condition. It's closely linked to sleep disorders like narcolepsy, a long-term neurological disorder that affects a person's control over sleep and wakefulness. Interestingly, sleep paralysis isn't a modern-day anomaly. Cultures around the world have been trying to explain this strange occurrence in their own unique ways. For instance, in many mythologies, sleep paralysis was thought to be the work of malevolent spirits or supernatural beings. So the next time you wake up unable to move, remember it's just sleep paralysis. Imagine waking up to find out you've sent a bunch of nonsensical messages. Welcome to sleep texting. Yes, it's a real thing, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Sending text messages while you're fast asleep. But how does it happen? Well, sleep texting is a form of parasomnia, which is a category of sleep disorders that involve abnormal movements, behaviors, emotions, perceptions, or dreams. These can occur while falling asleep, sleeping, between sleep stages, or during arousal from sleep. In the case of sleep texting, the brain is partially awake, allowing for the motor function of texting, but not awake enough for the person to be conscious or remember their actions. It's like sleepwalking, but with your phone. Sleep texting often results in embarrassment as the text messages sent usually make no sense or might be inappropriate. The text could be to anyone from your friend to your boss, and you won't remember a thing in the morning. So the next time you wake up to a confusing text sent from your phone, don't be too quick to blame a tech glitch or a friend's prank. You might just be a sleep texter. Remember, if you wake up to a confusing text, you might just be a sleep texter. Ever wondered why we count sheep to fall asleep? Let's dive in. This old method has pastoral roots, tracing back to shepherds who would count their flock before dozing off under the star-strewn sky. There's something incredibly soothing about the rhythm of counting, the imagined bleating of sheep, and the peaceful imagery of a never-ending stream of fluffy, white creatures hopping over a fence. However, the effectiveness of this method is a different story. Contrary to popular belief, counting sheep might not be the best way to clear your mind for sleep. It's a bit too engaging, keeping the brain active when it should be winding down. And if you're an insomniac, it might even cause anxiety as you count higher and higher, with sleep remaining elusive. So if you're struggling to fall asleep instead of counting sheep, try focusing on your breathing or using relaxation techniques to calm your mind. It's about finding what works best for you. So counting sheep might not be the best way to fall asleep after all. Sleep deprivation might be more dangerous than you think. This isn't about missing out on a few hours of sleep one night. We're talking about chronic sleep deprivation. That's when you consistently don't get enough sleep, and it can have some seriously scary effects on your body and mind. First, let's talk about hallucinations. When you're chronically sleep deprived, your brain can start to play tricks on you, making you see or hear things that aren't really there. It's as if your brain is dreaming while you're awake, which is as unsettling as it sounds. Next up, high blood pressure. Lack of sleep can put stress on your heart, causing your blood pressure to rise. Over time, this can increase your risk of heart disease and stroke. It's a silent but deadly consequence of not catching enough Z's. Memory loss is another concern. Sleep is crucial for memory consolidation. That's the process where your brain sorts and stores the day's events. Without enough sleep, this process gets disrupted, leading to forgetfulness and difficulty concentrating. Lastly, weight gain. Studies have shown that people who don't get enough sleep tend to weigh more than those who do. This may be because sleep deprivation can mess with your hunger hormones, making you feel hungrier and leading to overeating. So remember, a good night's sleep is vital for your health. Ever heard of Aerobic? His story might just keep you awake. Aerobic was no ordinary man. He was a long-distance cyclist with an iron will. But his extraordinary determination led him down a dangerous path. He used sleep deprivation as a tool to push his body beyond its natural limits. Jur wasn't just skipping a few hours of sleep here and there. He was pushing through days on end with barely any rest. This extreme sleep deprivation took a heavy toll on his mind, causing hallucinations that blurred the line between reality and the surreal world his sleep-starved mind was creating. Despite the warning signs, Jury continued to push his body to its breaking point. His relentless pursuit of the extreme led him to a tragic end. Jury's story is a stark reminder of the importance of sleep. It's not just about feeling refreshed, it's about keeping our minds and bodies functioning safely and effectively. So the next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter, remember Jurarobic. Take it from Jury, sleep is not something to be ignored. Can smells wake you up? Let's find out. You might be surprised to hear that our sense of smell takes a break while we are in the land of dreams. Unlike our hearing, which can detect a loud noise and jolt us awake, our olfactory system doesn't have the same power to rouse us from slumber. This is why smoke alarms and fire detectors are such crucial devices. They're designed to alert us with a piercing sound that cuts through the silence of sleep, keeping us safe from potential danger. It's an interesting fact, isn't it? Our noses are wonderfully adept at detecting a wide array of scents while we're awake, yet they fall short when it comes to waking us up from sleep. So if you've ever thought that the smell of smoke could wake you in case of a fire, think again. So don't rely on your nose to wake you up in case of a fire. Let's take a minute to review what we've learned. We've delved into the riveting world of sleep and discovered some truly peculiar things. Sleep is an integral part of our lives, but it boggles the mind with its quirks and eccentricities. Firstly, we delved into sleep paralysis, a spooky phenomenon where one wakes up unable to move, often accompanied by the sensation of being watched or seeing unsettling figures. This unsettling experience is associated with disorders like narcolepsy and has been interpreted in various ways in global mythology. It's a chilling reminder of the strange things that can happen when the mind is caught between sleep and wakefulness. Then, we moved on to sleep texting, a novel phenomenon where people send messages while they're asleep. This can lead to some awkward situations and a whole lot of confusion. It seems our digital lives have become so intertwined with our daily routines that they're even creeping into our subconscious. The age-old notion of counting sheep was our next topic. This method, believed to assist in falling asleep, actually originated from shepherds counting their flock. But it turns out, counting those fluffy creatures might not be as effective in clearing the mind as we once thought. We also explored the dangers of chronic sleep deprivation. This isn't just about feeling groggy and irritable. We're talking about serious consequences like hallucinations, high blood pressure, memory loss, weight gain, and even death. It's a stark reminder of how crucial sleep is to our overall health and well-being. Sleep deprivation in the context of extreme sports was another intriguing point of discussion. We looked at the case of Jurarobic, a long-distance cyclist who used sleep deprivation to push his body to the limit. However, this led to hallucinations and, ultimately, his death. It's a testament to the length some athletes will go to for their sport, but also a stark warning about the risks of neglecting sleep. Finally, we explored why smells don't wake us up during our slumber. It's the reason why smoke alarms and fire detectors are so crucial in alerting us to fires. It's fascinating to think about how our senses operate differently while we're asleep compared to when we're awake. Remember, sleep is a fascinating and complex process. So the next time you lay your head on your pillow, think about the weird and wonderful world of sleep.